Okay, so here are the answers to the homework that I assigned. So just in case you want some feedback on that, since we did other things today. So again, it says y. Now technically x is greater than or equal to 0, but do you see why they didn't do it? Because it's already telling you x is between 0 and 9, so this is kind of redundant. So that's why that's kind of left off. But I'm going to go ahead and make my charts to kind of know what kind of numbers I'm dealing with. If x is 0, looks like I have a -2. Y is 0, I get 4. Over here, it looks like if x is 0, I get 6. And if y is 0, I get 10. So pretty nice numbers, not bad. All right, so I am going to start out, so 10 is my highest number. So I might go ahead and go by 2s just so I have more space on my graph. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm actually going by halves just to spread out my graph so I can see things a little bit better. And so every 2 is a 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Okay, so now let me see my first. I'm going to, well, let's do these guys. I'm in the first quadrant, right? So that's good. So everything's positive. And again, I might need negatives here to graph, but it's not part of my problem. I'm going to get rid of this one. X is stuck between 0 and 9. So is that right? X is stuck between 0 and 9. So I'm trapped between here and then 9. It's right here. So remember, the x-axis goes horizontally, but when x is trapped at 9, that's when you get vertical lines. So this guy is x equals 9. All right, and then what else do I have? Okay, so let's look at this one. I have a dot at -2, and again, remember I went by every 2 is, like this is -1, -2. So there's 1 point, and then my other one is what? 4 on the x. And again, double check these. Make sure you're plotting 4 on the x. Don't turn those guys around. So everyone see how I'm going to cut my region now into A and B. So I'm right now, everything is shaded, but I know either this is my place to go or B is my place to go. And my original, I'm going to write this as an equation, is 4. Okay, but I'm going to test 0, 0. Is 0 minus 0 greater than or equal to 4? Okay, is 0, 0, it's basically saying is 0, 0, this guy, is the origin an answer? And 0 plus 0 is not greater than 4. So it's telling you, no, 0, 0 is not an answer, which means all of this is a no. No, no, okay, no, no. Like nothing on the 0, 0 side of that line is an answer. So these are all no's. So what that means is B is my yes. So right now I know that I'm in this little area right there. Okay, so this is kind of where I'm at so far. Now I'm going to cut it one more time, so all of this is not going to be my answer, right? And this is a no, and these are all no's, right? I'm right in here right now. Okay, so now let me do my next equation. I have 6 on the y, so again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's 6 on the y, and again double check, and then what? 10 on the x. So 10 on the x. And again, if you don't have graph paper, then you're going to have to draw this with like a ruler and make your own graph paper to scale for the test. All right, at least to help you a little bit. Okay. All right, so there's that. And again, I should probably label that one. So what is that one? 3x plus 5y equals what, 30? Now again, the original is an inequality, so is 0 plus 0 less than or equal to 30? And the answer is, yeah, it is. Yes, definitely. So that means now I just cut this into what? A, I'll call this part up here A, I'll keep this B. And it's saying whatever one is on the 0, 0 side is where I want to go, okay? Now, compared to what? Well, the line we just graphed. So the line we just graphed is, we've already done this one, right? So we're comparing it to this guy right here. All right, so compared to that guy, it's saying that the origin is on the answers on this side. This is the yes side. So if you look at that orange line, B is on the yes side. A is on the no side. So then now I know, and I'll just go ahead and use this highlighter, I guess, that this, oh, sorry, went over too fast. It cuts off there. That's not part of it. Sorry, no, this guy. So that, like, quadrilateral is my answer. This is not part of it. No, 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 no. Because everyone, okay, this is the cutoff right there. So everything has to be inside that line. So this region right there, that's my feasibility region. Now, if, I mean, you have all these regions. What if you're confused and you're like, I don't know? Pick a point that's definitely in here. So I'm going to go over 7, which is definitely in there, and what? Up. Now, is there, okay, that's not up 2, that's up 1 because my dashes are each worth a half. So I know 7, 1 is definitely in there. So I'm going to test 7, 1, all right? I have my 2 inequalities. I have x minus 2y that has to be greater than 4, 3x plus 5y that has to be less than or equal to 30. And I'm going to see what 7, 1 does. 7 minus 2 is greater than or equal to 4? Yes, it is. 5 is greater than or equal to 4. Now I'm going to sub 7, 1 into here. And get what? 35 plus 5 is what? Is that right? What did I just sub in? 7 is, oh, how about if I can multiply? That would help. 21 plus 5 is 26, which is definitely less than 30. So this one is right. So I know this little region here is right, okay? So that's kind of a way you can check. All right, what was the next one we had to do? Okay, so the next one is you had to make a chart. All right, so let me just use the rest of my scratch paper here. Some of you used the wrong picture. So again, the corners on that were 2, 8, 4, 6, what was it? 1, 4, and 4, 1 in the image in the book. This is number, what, page 133, 2B. And then your Z was 5x plus 2y. And I just really wanted the min here. All right, so again, you sub it in, you get what? 10, and then 16 is 26. Sub in 4, you get 20, and 12 is what? 32. Sub in 1 and 4, you get, what is that? 13, and sub in 4, 20 plus 2 is 22. And I want the min, so this is my min. Now again, answer the question. You get a minimum of 13 at 1, 4. And if it was a story problem, you'd have labels on those guys. You know, minimum of $13 when you make 1 of the cookies and 4 of the candies or something like that. Okay, if the video jumped there, I'm sorry. I had to delete a little bit. I accidentally wrote 24 here and started doing the problem with the wrong number, so had to fix that. Okay, one thing I want to talk about is on this one that we just did, where we got this kind of shape right there, we had a mix of an inequality that was greater than or equal to, oopsie, and we had one that was a mix of less than or equal to. And so what that does when you have a mix is some go towards 0, 0, some go away. So that's when you get like triangles, or in this case, we get a quadrilateral shape that's in here, okay? Notice on this one, see how it's greater than and greater than and greater than? We're gonna, all of this is gonna have to be shaded out here. Like I know that because 0, 0 is a no, 0, 0 is a no. Everything's gonna go out. Nothing can go towards 0, 0, okay? Everything is going away from 0, 0. So that's kind of a good thing to know. All right, I'm gonna make my chart. We'll see if we have good numbers. If 6 is 0, I get 5. If this is 0, okay, 25 divided by 6. I can't do mental math today, so I'm going to type it in a calculator. And again, it's not going to be pretty. It's, you know, like 4.16 repeating. Not very pretty. So a clue is to like put like the 5 in for X or the 6 into Y and see what you get. Now, if I put 6 into there, I get 30. That doesn't look too pretty. But if I put the 5 into 6, 30 is actually super friendly with 25. So I'm going to shove in 6 for X. Or what did I just say? I'm sorry, it's been a long day. All right, I'm going to shove in 5 for X. So if I put 5 in for X, I get 30 plus 5Y. I'm going to treat it as an equation, so I'm not going to worry about the inequality. Subtract 30, 5Y equals negative 5. Divide, I get a negative 1. Okay, so that's just a kind of a trick, is like usually if you sub 5 in here for x, it is pretty when you solve, or 6 for y. Not always, but it's a pretty nice little trick. All right, let's look at the next one. Hopefully this one's a little bit nicer maybe. If x is 0 and you're like 15 divided by 6, I think we're going to get a half there. That's not bad. Is that 2.5? Okay, so that's not too bad. And then let's see, if I sub in 0 for y, that's what, 7.5? So, and then again, did I write that down right? I think I did. Now again, if you really don't like those numbers and you're like, well, I don't like any of those, I mean, you could always try to sub in like 6 for x, because again, subbing this 6 in for here, get 12 plus 6y equals 15, and subtract what? 12. You're going to get 6y equals 3, so that's going to give you a half. You know, that's not bad either. So you can kind of play with that a little bit. And then we have these guys. All right, so I'm going to grab some graph paper. And looks like I'm going to go by halves again. I think I have space, so I'm just using that same piece of graph paper I had for my other one. I might have to erase a little bit. And then I'm just going to, and again, I'm going to go by halves because I actually have some halves I want to graph this time. So again, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then here go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And so again, each little tick mark is worth a half, and I did that on purpose because my graph had some halves in it. All right, so let's look at the first one. Now again, I always get rid of the easy ones first, so any vertical or horizontal lines. So these guys are done. It just tells me my answers are positive. Now, that doesn't mean I might have to draw my line down here. So we'll see. All right, 0, 5 on the y. Again, this guy is pretty much impossible to graph accurately, so I'm going to graph this 5, -1. So 5, and again, remember I went by half, so my -1 is 2 little hash marks down. All right, and then I have to find my ruler, which I just had 2 seconds ago. What did I do with my ruler? All right. Oh, fell on the floor. All righty. Here we go. So I'm going to do this. All right, and that cut, that is what? This is my 6x plus 5y equals 25. Test 0, 0. 0 plus 0 is false, right? 0 plus 0 is not greater than 25. So again, if this is A and this is B, I know that A is a no. Everything's going to be out here. B is my yes. Okay, so this is a no. All right, let's do the next one. What do I have? 2.5 on the y. And what on the x? 7.5 on the x. And again, I could put my 6 half point in there too. Hopefully that lines up maybe. I don't know, unless I screwed up. We'll see. Where am I at? Oh, looks like everything's lining up, so that's good. All right, so that one's what? My 2x plus 6y equals 15. Again, 0, 0 does not work, so it just, let's see, where did I cut? I cut B into A and B, but again, everything this direction is always a no, right? So it's all going to be away from that, okay? So I'm going to get corner points are touching the shaded. If it's not touching, like these guys are not corner points. They are not touching. So I have what? 0, 5 up here. This guy I don't know yet, and this looks like what? 7.5 on the x. All right, so I got to get this point. So what you're going to do is use technology, and that's why you label those 9s. So you can use Symbolab to do reduced row echelon form, or that other one I gave you. So I'm going to enter this. How much time? I have about 30 seconds here. So 6, 5, and 25. Oopsie. The faster you go, the more you screw up. And then the bottom is what? 2, 6, and 15. Okay, I'm going to quit. Go to second matrix, do math, pick REF, second matrix, pick A. I go math, enter, enter, and I get ugly fractions. All right, and then are you guys okay? I'm going to run out of time. You're going to type it into Z and find the